Hey, what's up everyone, Mark Joy here. In today's video, I'm going to uncover some of my favorite tools of the trade. Some simple but ingenious tools that can transform your day from grueling to gratifying. From time-saving gadgets to ergonomic innovations, I'm going to explore how these essential tools not only streamline your workflow, but also keep our beloved birds safely flying in the sky. These are some simple tools that have made my life easier in the hangar. Some of them might seem really obvious, but some of them hopefully not. And before we get into it, I just want to share with everyone that I have a free A&P Quick Start guide. So if you're interested in getting your A&P but are not sure how to get it, it takes you through the two paths that you can use to get your A&P. If you're currently working in aircraft maintenance but you don't have your A&P and want to get it, this guide will show you how to do it. And also if you're in the military and are considering transitioning to civilian work or just want to have that extra skill in your back pocket, this will help you get it. Check it out. Link in the description down below. markhjoy.com/quickstart. Alright, without further ado, let's get into my favorite tools of the trade. Alright, so first going through this exercise, one of the first tools that I came up with that I didn't really think about until after I sat down and went through this is a tool bag. So it might seem obvious, but it's a simple tool that you can use to put other tools in. I like this one because it saves you trips in and out of the aircraft. Of course, it takes a couple times, 2, 3, sometimes 4 before you figure out all of the tools that you actually need. But once you've got those, you can keep all of your tools neat and tidy. And a tool bag also helps protect the aircraft interior so you're not setting your tools on things like seats or galleys or tables if the aircraft is large enough to have any of those. And can also help you from losing your tools because you always have a place to put them once you're done using them. Alright, next up on my list I have a strong magnet on a flexible handle. So why is this one useful? I'm always dropping tools, always dropping hardware, and this makes retrieval of items that are ferrous a lot easier to grab. Another bonus is that you can easily bend this to get around tight corners and spaces, those hard to reach places where you can't fit your hands. Alright, number 3, a good set of mechanical fingers. Again, I'm always dropping shit. This makes it a lot easier to get into those tight spaces, and similar to a magnet, these are great for picking up things that you can't get to with your hands or non-ferrous items. So you can squeeze the end of it, opens up the fingers, let go of it, and it closes the fingers. So like the game where you put the quarter in, the claw comes down, picks it up, grabs it, brings it back to you. Number 4, a good headlamp. So aircraft are usually dark inside. Yeah, you might have the lights on in the hangar, but once you get into it, I find that it's usually difficult to see what you're doing. This is great to keep both of your hands free if you're cramped in a tight space, lying down, and you're buried inside of the cockpit trying to do something. Nice to have your hands free. Headlamp is also going to make inspections easier, although you can't go wrong with a handheld flashlight. And you can of course get headlamps with multiple brightness settings if it's too bright or not bright enough. Alright, number 5 on my list is an 8L clamp installation tool. I fucking hate 8L clamps, so this is a lifesaver. This is going to hold stiff, stubborn 8L clamps closed when you put the screw through. So if it's a fuel line, hydraulic line, a bundle of wiring, a cable, whatever, this tool is going to be really helpful to keep the clamp down on your item. Alright, so number 6 on my list, this is one of my favorite avionics tools. Also very simple, it is just a really nice pair of diagonal cutters. Especially if they're machined to cut flush, that's the way to go. You can use diagonal cutters for a multitude of reasons like cutting zip ties, wires, safety wire, wax string. And my favorite bonus of a nice pair of diagonal cutters is that it's going to keep your fellow mechanics safe and they won't be mad at you when they're reaching into a tight space and cutting their wrists open on zip ties. And the best ones that I found that work for me are by Snap-on, maybe a little bit pricey at about $100 a pop. But they're super sharp, super flush, have a nice long handle on them. I got them replaced for free when they started to become dull, so I would highly recommend those ones. Alright, lucky number 7, I've got a low profile 90-degree ratcheting offset screwdriver. And these are going to be really great for extremely tight spaces where you can't get a normal screwdriver into the space that you're working in. The ratcheting action makes installation and removal much faster. Another tip is that you can take your bit and grind it down so that this is even more low profile. And kind of going along with this, I wanted to mention that an electric drill or a ratcheting screwdriver are also extremely useful. Maybe that's a no-brainer also, but one thing that I didn't learn about aircraft maintenance in school was how many panels that I would have to be taking off and putting back on to get access to different things. So keep that in mind, electric drill or ratcheting screwdriver, because you could be removing and installing a ton of fasteners. This just makes it a lot faster. All right, number 8, maybe not necessarily a tool, but a consumable, is valve grinding compound. And this is a lifesaver for those panels that you're trying to remove and you keep coming up against screws that are just a little bit too stripped out. Put a little dab of valve grinding compound on the fastener head. It'll give you some extra friction to grab the screw. And ideally this will work instead of having to go straight to drilling out your fastener. Okay, number 9 is a good old-fashioned FOD can. This is really simple. You want to keep the area clean as you're working. This way you're not putting pieces of waste in your work area. You can just put them into the can, take the can out of the aircraft, and dump the can into a bigger receptacle. Also to add, if you don't know what FOD stands for, it's foreign object debris. Please look it up if you are not familiar with it all, but hopefully as an aircraft mechanic you know what that is. Basically, it's just trash in your airplane that can get into different working parts of the aircraft and damage them. So we want to keep the area clean so that we're not causing a safety hazard. So a few key points to think about here to wrap up. Think about tools for the most common tasks that you do that will make life easier. Saving a little bit of time can go a long way on tasks that you do a lot, even though you might think they're minuscule. Staying clean and organized as you work on the aircraft is going to make life much easier for you in the long run. Hope this list has some ideas that will help you find the tools that work best to you. There might be some variations on these tools, or it might be different brands, shapes, sizes, but as long as it makes life easier for you, that's what's important. Alright, so if you jumped around and made it to the end here, I just wanted to mention again that I have a free A&P Quick Start guide that you can download. This is for folks that are interested in getting their A&P but aren't quite sure how to get it. Walks you through the process. If you're currently working in aircraft maintenance, getting OJT, and you want to get your A&P license so that you can expand your career horizons, make some more money, this will walk you through it. And if you're in the military and thinking about transitioning to civilian work, this will help you get your A&P. Check it out in the link in the description below, markhjoy.com/quickstart. All right, and the biggest thing that I wanted to ask, tell me where you're at in your A&P journey. Are you working right now? Are you thinking about going to school? Do you have OJT? Are you in the military? And tell me what you need help with, because I'm trying to come up with content ideas that are helpful for you and not just wasting your time. So throw a comment below. Don't even care if you hit the like or subscribe button. I just want to know what you need that's going to help you out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.